All right, what's going on, family? Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Just getting home and from the gym. So I know I look like I'm the Walking Dead, or I want to kill somebody, as somebody just told me as I was leaving the gym today. But everything's chicken but the bone because my black butt is at home. Shout out to Atlanta Invest Fest. Couple days. I'll be heading down there on Friday. My Best Fest family, you know what it is. We're going to chop it up. We're going to talk investments. We're going to talk about business, where the best places to buy real estate, things of that nature. I'll be taking pictures and videos of Invest Fest. This will be my third time going. So shout out to everybody that's going to Invest Fest. Shout out to the people I know that's going to Invest Fest, and shout out to the people I'm going to get to know, because that's the whole purpose of me going to Invest Fest. And if you don't know what that is, it's EYO, Earning Leisure University. They put on this event every year where they have an educational platform and they create content in regards to teaching people how to get business credit, start a business, buy their first home, buy rental properties, wholesale real estate, stock market, cryptocurrencies, whatever the case may be. This theme is going to be basically AI, because we're in the AI race right now, and either you're going to benefit from it or you're going to get run over when it comes to AI. Or as they say, you're going to ride in this economy and tomorrow's economy. Whatever dummies in the White House, no matter who's in the White House, governor's house, and mayor's house, you're going to ride or you're going to get rolled on, as they used to say back in my parents' day and whatnot. You're going to ride or get rolled on, step or get stepped on. The choice is up to you. But anyway, so I was listening to a podcast earlier, and this gentleman, I forgot his name, but I've been listening to him ever since the pandemic, and he's always giving out great investment advice. Investment information, not advice, because he's not a financial professional. He would always say, don't just go off of what I'm saying. Do your research, and if you need to contact a financial professional, go for it. Get your consultation on with an actual certified financial professional. I'm going to say the same thing, okay? I'm not a financial professional. I don't give out financial information, because even when I have face-to-face conversations with people, I always say, do the research. This is what works for me. But remember, with an investment, it can go up, it could go down, it could work or it couldn't work. So it's a risk, no matter. I'm sorry, I got blinded by, I'm like, what the hell is that? Oh, 3 squirrels chasing each other. Or just trying to cross the road. That's what they're doing. Anyways, but yeah, so, as I was saying, before I got distracted from the squirrels, I always say, do the research. This could work, this couldn't work, go from there. So these are the number 1, 2, I believe it's 6. Yeah, 6 stocks that Warren Buffett is actually putting a lot of his money into, investing in these specific portfolios. And once I heard this, I did my research today, and today, once I get settled into the house, I'm going to execute on a certain amount of stocks from this list. I'm not going to buy from all these stocks, but I'm going to execute from a certain amount of stocks because I had a little bit of time to do research while I was on my lunch break at work, number 1. And number 2, when I was at the gym, because when I'm at the gym, I'm really the most antisocial person there, because I'm just like, I'm not there to talk to people. I'm there to listen to music, because that's really the only time I enjoy listening to music. And I'm there to listen to music, and I'm there to listen to the podcast and get good information and actually work out. So anyways, so these are the stocks that Warren Buffett says is actually putting money into. So it's United Health Group, knowing that, and the ticker sign is UNH, United Healthcare, basically. And they are a healthcare company, and for the most part, whether you like it or not, with the Affordable Care Act, as people like to call Obamacare, health insurance companies have increased the amount of people that are contributing to the bucket of the insurance companies, the financial bucket of the insurance companies. So this group seems to be the one that is being somewhat victorious right now, and that's why Warren Buffett is buying the stock at a reasonable price and going from there. And that's the one I'm going to buy. That's why I can speak to it more. This is another one that I did a little research on. I'm like, and I'm not going to go for it. It's Nucor, and it's NUE. Now, this specific company didn't really particularly catch my fancy. So I'm not going to go into it. Number 3, Lennard, ticker sign LEN. Another one that did not tickle my fancy. All right. But there's another one that tickled my fancy. I guess I don't know why I'm talking like this, like I'm trying to get ready for my trip to the UK in October. Dr. D.R. Horton, DHI. This is a real estate investment company, development company. So anything in regards to real estate development and whatnot, especially with right now, the tide is turning in the real estate market, and this is a company I'm actually going to invest some money into. Once again, I'm not giving out investment advice. This is what I'm doing. Do what you do. I'm not a financial professional, so if you go off of what I do and it doesn't work for you, that's on you. That's not on me. All right. So D.H. Horton. All right. Now they are a development company, real estate development company. The tide is turning in real estate. All right, and another one. What is it? Lumar Advertising, ticker sign LAMR. So with those, the tide is turning in real estate right now, where most everyday regular working Americans, and it's been like this probably for the last couple of years, and it's just intensified this year because of the job market with the tariffs and things of that nature. A lot of economic uncertainty for regular everyday working people. Rich people are going to make moves regardless of who's in the White House, governor's house, or mayor's house. But for a lot of regular everyday working people, more and more people are suffering financially. So with that being said, a lot of real estate people who are finding their homes, even though they might want to get rid of it, they're like, well, hey, I might as well stay here because I have the low interest rate. I can't afford to buy another house. There's no point in me selling this house unless I'm just planning on becoming a renter or move out to a very rural town, which is nothing wrong with that, so I can afford to buy a house, because I believe you're going to have much more families in the future, not now, but possibly the next 5 to 10 years, move into small rural areas once they can afford to purchase a home cash money, because they're not, a lot of these major metropolitan areas, people are not going to be able to afford to live in. As people get older, they don't want to be around people like that. I've always been that way. That's why I would say, if I like being around you, that means you're cool or you're special, because I'm very antisocial. So I might seem like I'm very social on social media, but I'm not. I'm very introverted. So if I like being around you, that says a lot about who I think you are, as far as being a good person. But I'll leave it at that. Anyways, so with companies like that, and the last one is Allegion, ticker sign ALLE. Once again, ticker sign ALLE. It's Allegion PLC. Once again, the company's name is PLC, ticker sign ALLE. With the tide turning in a lot of major metropolitan areas, you're going to see much more communities being developed from a real estate perspective, rental communities. Usually we're used to seeing single family homes or townhomes being developed so that people can, i.e. being built so that people can buy, with the purposes of people buying the properties and whatnot from the real estate developers. But now the tide is turning. It's much more cheaper for people to, in a lot of major metropolitan areas, it's much more cheaper to actually, rent a property than it is to buy a property. Case in point, my nephew and his family is moving up to the DMV from Georgia, Savannah, Georgia. So Savannah, Georgia is much more cheaper than living in the Northern Virginia area, Maryland and DC, known as the DMV area. Much more cheaper to live in. But his price range, what he was giving me in regards to what he's looking to buy, I'm just like, well, unless you get a good interest rate, or because if you utilize the VA loan, which I don't even recommend them buying a house up here, because I know they're not trying to stay up here, it could work out for you. It could favorably work out for you because his wife is still in the military. But if you want to rent, it could be much more cheaper from a monthly payment standpoint. You might not be paying into any equity for yourselves. You'd be paying in equity for somebody else, but this is a main reason why you would want to look into renting, because you're only going to be in this place temporarily. Now, reason why I'm utilizing my nephew's situation, and shout out to all the veterans and people who are currently serving in the United States military. Shout out and salute to you. The main reason why I'm using them as an example, because one, it's recent, it's actually happened. But number two, the other reason is that a lot of young people, specifically Gen Z, are being very smart and strategic in regards to real estate right now. They're like, look, this isn't my bag. This isn't going to work for me. It's not in my best interest to try to become a homeowner right now because financially it's just going to ruin me. So, just like a lot of people not buying more people are buying used cars, cash, people buying cars, cash money. That's what I'm planning on doing by the end of this year. Probably going to be a Christmas present to myself, to buy a car, used car, but it'll be cash money. But it's going to be a growing thing in these major metropolitan areas, i.e., in like surrounding New York City, surrounding Los Angeles, surrounding Washington D.C., specifically Atlanta, Georgia, Tampa Bay, Florida, Miami, Florida, all these major Dallas, Texas, Austin, Texas, Houston, Texas. A lot more communities will be developed or even bought by real estate developers and turned into rental communities. So if you can't afford to buy a house, maybe you can afford to buy a piece of stock in the companies that I just listed earlier in regards to, maybe being able to benefit from these companies becoming the new norm, not in all of America, but in major metropolitan areas and things of that nature. So that's that. Like I said, I'm not a stock person. I'm not giving out investment advice. I'm telling you what I'm doing. It might work. And I went off the list of another gentleman. I forgot his name, but he's a great, if I can remember, that I'll go into my YouTube history and look up the podcast. But he gave out great information, number one. But number two, I'm just buying a handful of shares from these specific stocks because I did my research. I'm like, okay, this will work for me. This is not going to work for me. And we'll see what happens from there. I keep it simple. When it comes to buying investments, because I don't need to go into a deep analysis, because if I do, I will confuse myself. I like to keep it black and white. Some people like to keep it gray, and hey, you do what you got to do at the end of the day. So on that note, do the great three things: like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money moves so you can live like Pose in Spanish. Bienvenido a la vida. Welcome to the life. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Larry's Anything Goes LLC. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel, Patterson on Properties LLC. Once again, Patterson on Properties LLC. Larry's Anything Goes LLC. Take care, and I'll see y'all later.